All right, good morning, guys. Time for another YouTube video. And today we're back home, back from ICAST. We did several videos down at ICAST at the Shimano booth. But there's so many products that it would be impossible for me to get them all kind of done while I was down there. So I thought I'd take some time, get home, get back settled in, and talk about a few remaining products that Shimano released for this year, for the 2023-2024 season. So a big one to all the JDM fans is going to be this next product we talk about. But before we go forward, do me a favor. If you can click subscribe down below and click get notifications, that makes sure that our videos get into your feed. This product here is going to be not for everyone, but for those who are really want that leading edge stuff. This is the product I think will speak to most of them. So let's move forward. So Shimano has decided to bring their top tier rod that is a collaboration between Jackall and Shimano to the North American market. So for years, I believe it's been about 4 or 5 years, we've had Poison Ultima rod series here in the US. And the first year we got it, there was only a couple of models, and then they added more models. Well, they decided that this would be the time to bring in Poison Ultima. Now, Poison Ultima showcases the top tech out of all of our rod designs in freshwater. And there's a number of things to talk about. So let's just go through exactly what the techs are. Now, I haven't fished it, so I don't know how it's going to fish. I have held them in my hands. I've shot them in the studio. They are gorgeous. I have fished Poison Ultima, so I have a pretty good idea of where this rod is going to be going. But this is a walkthrough and a review. This is not a testimonial for the quality of the rod. This is purely information, so you as a purchaser, if you're interested in something like this, can actually have an educated decision going into it. So let's talk about the features. Start with the blank. So the blank is two of Shimano's top technologies. The first part is Spiral X Core, which Spiral X Core is where, if you've heard of Spiral X before, which most of you have, Spiral X is where they take a carbon tape and wrap it up the mandrel at an angle without gaps. There's a center sheet material, and then they come back down the mandrel with that same carbon tape at an opposing angle, creating an X pattern basically on the blank mandrel with no gaps as well. Spiral X Core is actually a nano resin infused carbon tape, so it offers additional binding strength and power to that blank in that technology. Now, the beautiful thing about Spiral X technology is the fact that you use less sheet material. You create a crisper, more responsive blank. And this I noticed from the first time I ever picked up a Spiral X rod in the saltwater world almost 10 years ago now. But more so, the rod resists twisting a lot better because of that X pattern. And that gives you more accurate casting, better hook sets, things like that. But it also reduces the ovalization of the blank. So the ovalization of the blank is where the blank will flatten when it's being bent. If a blank becomes wider than it is tall at a certain point, much like a straw, it will snap. Well, Spiral X reduces that possibility. So you got a blank that can bend further, harder, is lighter, is more responsive, is crisper, recovery rate is faster, loads of benefits, and then the nano resin just adds to its durability. Then you add on top of that High Power X. Now, High Power X is where Shimano takes a carbon tape, but not tight to each other. It's actually at varying angles going up and down the blank. And what that does is adds additional strength, additional torsional rigidity, additional ovalization reduction. I mean, it's just an additional step that makes, when combined with Spiral X Core, makes it even better. So that's the blank situation in both spinning and casting. When it comes to the handles, you'll notice right away, very futuristic looking on Poison Ultima. This is a new handle design both on spinning and casting. So it is based off Shimano's and Jackall's collaboration when they created the carbon monocoque handle. Well, this on casting is a full carbon monocoque with a new shape. You can see the back end is slanted, but more so the fact that it's almost rectangular in shape. And what that is meant to do is improve the amount of skin surface contact by, instead of having a round handle, the flat handle touches your skin more, transmits more vibration. The beautiful thing about carbon monocoques or full carbon monocoques is the fact that it is carbon. It's going to transmit up to 30% more vibration through the rod blank to the end user or holder of the set. So that's the big thing there. When you look at the spinning setup, one of the big problems with spinning rods is traditionally you would see either a metal ring on the foregrip or you would see cork or EVA foam. Well, they wanted to eliminate that and give the person using the rod the most sensitivity possible. They created the carbon shell. Now, the carbon shell is basically from the reel seat on spinning to the foregrip. It is carbon material, same as the blank, high sensitivity, super, super lightweight, and they've implemented Shimano's CI4 carbon interfusion reel seat, which is super lightweight, super sensitive. It's the same reel seat that is used in NRX Plus. It is used in X Pride. It is used in Zodius. It is used in a bunch of rods. So this is not new technology on the reel seat, but when added to the carbon shell and a carbon monocoque handle, the spinning rods have become the most sensitive spinning rods they have ever produced. On the other side, guides. So there's two guides being used in these rods. On the casting, they're basically Fuji TORZITE guides, which, if you remember, TORZITE was brought into Conquest when it was first done. So Fuji TORZITE is the lightest, hardest ring that you can get on the market. And then the tip-top guide on casting is supposed to be Shimano's X Guide. So there's actually a proprietary guide design that Shimano created called X Guide. X Guide is a titanium frame guide with a super high ring, like hardness ring inside of it. And then you'll notice it right away when you look at the spinning rods. The X Guide is the stripper guide. Okay, so there's X Guide and then a combination on spinning as well with some Fuji TORZITE guides. So tangle-free, titanium, super durable, incredibly lightweight guide train that gives the anglers the best balance and lightness in the rods. When you pick up these rods, it feels like you have nothing in your hands. On top of that, there's going to be two models in spinning and two in casting. Now, the two in spin are unique to the North American market from what I understand. So there is a 7-foot ML and a 7-foot M. From me flexing them, the ML is an ML Plus. It's got a lot of jam and it weighs nothing. Beautiful, beautiful action, fast action, just really, really crisp, everything you'd expect from a rod of this caliber. And then there's a 7-foot medium. On the casting side, there is a 6'8" medium, which is going to be a great topwater jerkbait rod, light Texas rig stuff if you're doing that kind of thing. But if you're into the heavier stuff, there's also a 7-foot MH that has a lot of backbone. I mean, it'll work as a chatterbait rod. It will work as, a Texas rig rod, a light jig rod. It will do a number of things as well. So those are the four models. So basically, Poison Ultima, and the case itself, I shot the case. The case is a beautiful neoprene two-piece case with gorgeous emblazing on it that says Poison Ultima. I mean, this rod really is the pinnacle of what the Jackall / Shimano collaboration has. And I believe there's 3 or 4 Poison rods. I believe there's a Drena, there's Glorious, I know there's Ultima, and there may be one more. But I digress. The price. A lot of you will be shocked about this. It is not a cheap rod, $879.99 US MSRP. But there's not going to be a ton of these coming to the US either. This will be a limited supply run. I believe that most of the top high-end dealers for Shimano will get first crack at them, and there won't be in mass numbers. There are available pre-order options. I believe Tackle Warehouse has pre-order options. A few of the better dealers, you should be able to pre-order if this is a rod that fits your bill. You want the best of the best. Poison Ultima is now coming to the US market, and I hope you guys actually get a chance to pick one up at your local retailer and really feel what I'm talking about here, because until you pick that rod up, you really don't understand exactly what it is made of. It is gorgeous. It is technology to the max. And I expect technology like that, like we saw with Poison and Drena, to continue trickling down through our lineups. So that's a great thing that we're seeing. So anyways, guys, that's a breakdown of the new Poison Ultima coming in late 2023. I believe there's some of them are actually shipping now and into 2024 from Jackall / Shimano. If you have any questions about it, please leave a comment down below. If you have any experiences with it, I know a lot of people get them from Japan. If they're JDM models and you fished them and you have a comment about how you like them or dislike them, leave a comment down below. We'd love to chat with you about it. Or if you want to know which model might work for your specific situation, something you want to do, leave a comment and we'll try to get to you as fast as possible. So don't forget, guys, click subscribe down below, click get notifications. We love hearing from you guys and we appreciate all your viewership. I think that 85% of our viewers are still not subscribed. So do us a favor, just click that subscribe button. That helps us out go a lot further in what we're trying to do and get our videos into a lot more feeds. So I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope you're all having fun. Most importantly, guys, I hope you're all catching fish. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.